All right, this is an operational video on our diesel power washers. Appreciate you tuning in for safety like that. Okay, make sure you wear all your PPE when operating this. Heavy duty gloves, eye protection, good boots. I've actually scissored boots once in my 36 years of operating this equipment. Glad I had boots rather than my tennis shoes. Okay, so first of all, make sure the truck's big enough to tow this unit. Make sure your hitch is hooked up right and it's tight. Make sure you're locked down. It's 2 5/16 inch. It's the big ball. You can pull this off and put a D-ring. That's easy, man. So towing's your #1 safety issue that I've heard of in all these years is losing a trailer. Haven't lost very many. Luckily they haven't been ours. Okay? And stay sober when you're driving around with this much weight. Okay? I'm not supposed to joke in operational videos. Make sure your battery's charged up. We have an extensive checklist in the book that comes with this. All of that's in there. It includes lifting the jack. Make sure your toolbox is down. All that. Make sure your lights work. Make sure your brakes work. Those are the basics, right? And before you go out on a job, make sure your battery's charged up. It's right here. Make sure you got engine oil. And whoever's going to service the diesel, Kubota's got service centers everywhere I've seen, even tiny towns, have them perform the services on that. Or if you got your own shop guys, you can do it. So also I want to cover in startup. This is your filter system. You want to make sure it's clean. That one looks really good. I'm going to tighten it back up. Just really hand tight. Get familiar with your water lines. Your water flow system to the pump. Here's your water coming in. Follow that flow line so we know it's going to the pump. This way, we know we're feeding antifreeze. Probably don't got to worry about it till this fall, but it's good to know that. Off, on. The antifreeze, we like a methanol mix in here. 50-50 methanol, go 50 below. But again, follow PP&E whenever you're going to mix it. Or if you're used to using regular antifreeze or RV antifreeze, RV antifreeze is okay, but we like windshield washer. It's methanol alcohol. It evaporates. It's safe for the environment. It's what you're using in your windshield washer reservoir. Okay. So just a quick walk around before you're going to fire this up. It's a good idea. Check your air pressure. If you're hauling with water, you might want to look into a baffle system or call us. We've got baffle balls that fit up inside there. You know, keeps the slosh out a little bit. Okay? Before you start, you want to make sure that your thermostat's in the off and off right here. Got your hour meter right there. So familiarize yourself with the equipment. This is diesel only. You can put a little bit of the diesel fuel additive that's included with your machine. That's to keep the soot out of the outside of the coil and keep your heat efficiency up. If you want to clean the inside of the coil, the trick there is after you run it with the heater on, turn the heater off and then run it without the heater on till it cools down. Inside of this burner, the water's 2100 degrees. Well, the water's not, but the heat is. Because diesel burns at 2100 degrees here, 10 times what boiling water is, okay? All right, we got the start up here. I got Freddie with me. Freddie, you can bring the hose around and a gun. I like to hook up a gun to it so you're ready to go. He's hooking up the gun. So you can bring it back over here a little bit. Bring some hose. So right here you've also got a filter for the burner. That needs to be changed. That's easy to change. You got to change that twice a year no matter what. Fuel pump, igniter, on off for the solenoid for the fuel system, pump right, blower fan right there. So it's all right handy. If you're not comfortable working on that, have a shop do that. Rarely do we have burner problems. Rarely. Their burner problems usually are because the fuel's dirty. That's what I hear. Okay, we got a gun and wand. Freddie's got his eye protection. He's got his gloves, got good boots. You even shaved. You look good, man. All right, so this is complicated. We're gonna turn the key on. Now this key can come out for full safety. I'm gonna turn the key on, and I'm gonna press the green button. It will automatically time out and start. It's got 0.6 hours. This is Deep Sea Electronics. Had them for years and years and years. I'm gonna turn it back off, and keep in mind you got a kill switch here. You close it to get it to start back up, you pull it back out. Okay, so I've got him holding the gun, holding the trigger. You don't have to do this, but this is my recommended way. The other thing I want to check is on this nozzle. Make double sure you got the right nozzles. So that's a 9.0, 15 degree 9.0. 9.0 is the drill size. Don't mix up your nozzles with any other units because they're drilled specifically for this unit. Kubota diesel. And inside here you've got an O-ring. If you lose that O-ring, there's an O-ring kit that we include, because sometimes those will blow out. Keep an eye on the hose and all your fittings. You don't want to run with the weak hose. If it blows and it's in the wrong spot and the water's really hot, you could get scalded, or even worse. We don't want that to happen. Okay, we start it with the heater off. Both those off and off. I've left the key on. I'm going to push the green button and it'll time itself out. Takes about 5 seconds. Here's the little timer. Okay, so next, now I'm going to turn the heater on, now that it's running. You'll see up here. When we're done washing, I'm going to turn the heater off and let it cool down for at least 2 minutes. I can either turn it off here, or here. So you have 3 ways to turn it off. Emergency, key, or off right there. Make sure you roll your hose drills up when you're done. Properly stow your nozzles and let that pressure off. Did you let that pressure off, Freddie? Go ahead. There's a good example of how that'll hold retained pressure like that. So make sure you let that pressure off, put your hose reels back up, and you're ready for the next job. Thanks. Be safe.